Hey, welcome back to Honey, I Shrunk the Kitsch. We are now on week 5 of our Christmas mouse house renovation. After we reinstall the shelves, it's going to look so much more like a house, especially when we make the shelves look like actual little floors of each room. The inspiration for this is pretty straightforward. They live in a wood clock, so obviously it's going to have wood shelves, which means that they will have wood floors. In future weeks, I'll probably embroider some cute little rugs just for decoration, but for now, let's get cracking on just getting these installed. Okay, so I have these pieces and I want to go ahead and varnish them, so I am going to pry this open. And pour in just a little bit to my plastic cups here. Now I'm just going to use a paper towel to dip into the stain and wipe down each one. Well, that actually worked better than I thought it would. And I have a ton of stain left here in this container. So let me see how much I can get done. So I was able to actually complete all the trim and the floorboards that I need. Okay, so I have some of these edges that I also stained before I trimmed the shelf pieces to size. So I'm going to use these to test out how I'd like to make my faux wood treatment. I have this, I guess it's burnt umber color acrylic paint, and I also have this, I guess it's almost like a gold sycamore bark. Okay, it's sycamore bark. So I'm going to mix these two up a little bit. I'm going to use some dry brushing and try different techniques until I find what I like. Honestly, I'm really glad I tested this out on some scrap wood before committing to my actual floorboards because this was a little trickier than I thought it would be. I really had a hard time getting the look that I wanted. I tried dry brushing. I went and got a toothbrush to try and add texture with that. I even went and got a variety of Sharpie markers and Pigma pens and tried drawing on some floorboards or adding some wood grain texture. So I ended up deciding to just leave these floor planks exactly the way I had them, just MDF and the original bit of stain that I'd put on them. I think that's enough texture, and honestly, they look just like shelves that should be in here. So I'm just going to keep that the way it is. I took my stained pieces of molding, I glued them in right where those wallpaper pieces meet, checking for level, and that serves both to cover up the kind of unfinished or uneven edges and also to be just some easy supports for the shelves. Before I get too much farther on the flooring install, I need to make sure that I have the right size hole cut in each of my floors for this elevator to go up and down. So I'm going to use a template starting with this waffle box. And I'm going to take a pencil and just mark around where this teacup kind of falls. Okay, and now I'm going to cut that out. Okay, let's give it a shot and see if that little hole is going to be enough. Nope. Still a little bit snug. Okay, so it looks like it's still just a little shy right there. Now, this is looking more promising. I'm going to lay my template on top like that. And then I'm going to use a drill just to drill in around here and make our little hole. I love how these turned out. This has the cutest little scalloped edge, almost like some little mice nibbled at it. So now I just have to put a little bit of glue on the outer edges, glue them to the supports, and we'll be in business. One last little detail on this bottom floor. You see I've already primed it. It didn't already have this wood finish, and I don't feel like adding another MDF piece right there. So we are going to give the mice a little bit of carpeting. I'm thinking green. I have some green felt right here that I think will look really cute with this wallpaper. So I am going to trim to fit and get it installed. Nice thing about felt is that it's just a teensy bit stretchy. And since I'm not covering up anything like electrical wiring, I am just going to put a little dot of glue here, spread it around, and then cover this up. There we go. So because this is a tiny bit stretchy, I can kind of pull it to cover these little bits of stain from whatever it was before and from the primer, and just kind of smooth it over there. And I'm going to do the same thing around these other edges here. And there we go. We have carpet and three wooden floors. Thank you for joining me again this week. I am just loving how this project is turning out. And if you're new, I hope that you'll hit the subscribe and join us again next week. Thank you for watching.